Well then, let's look at some of the stories that make our conversations tonight. Senate Majority Leader LAWAN is urging members of the National Assembly to reconvene immediately in the next few days in order to pass the environment and supplementary budget presented by President Muhammadu Buhari. It was State House correspondents today after a closed-door meeting with the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, that it is essential for the National Assembly to reconvene as a government and other aspects of national development is almost stalled.
If we don't reconvene and pass the request, what that means is we have turned against this country. We are stalling the administration and invariably fighting the people because the people want us to do those things that will make them happy. So I believe that my colleagues will listen, and we should be able to reconvene in the next few days for us to pass the budget request of Mr. President as quickly as possible.
Well, it does look like there might be a listening to some of these pleas. The National Assembly leadership will be meeting tomorrow at the Senate building. The meeting, which is expected to comprise of both the Senate leadership and that of the House of Representatives, is coming days after some lawmakers are agitating for the reconvening of the National Assembly so as to attend to some urgent matters of state. The leadership of the National Assembly is also expected to meet with the leadership of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to be led by its chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. The meeting will be the first since the National Assembly went on recess 2 weeks ago. There have been heated political maneuverings trailing the defections in the parliament, with accusations and counter-accusations trail stories of a purported plans to forcefully remove the leadership of the Senate. Now let's talk about party politics. You probably have seen the pictures of the Senate Minority Leader, Senator AKPABIO from Akwa Ibom State, with President Muhammadu Buhari in London. That was yesterday. Well, the consultations continue. Senator AKPABIO has also met with APC leader Bola Tinubu in Abuja, the nation's capital. The senator has not officially announced his defection to the APC, but a senior special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on National Assembly matters, Senator Itayanang, has confirmed that Senator AKPABIO from Akwa Ibom State will be formally joining the APC family in an elaborate ceremony on the 8th of August 2018 in Akwa Ibom State. He says in that move, other minorities will be joining the APC, which remains good and strong. So let's make sense of it. What does this mean? If the leader of the opposition in the National Assembly decides to cross the carpet, move to the other side, what then happens, especially when we've seen the leader of the Senate, who is from the APC, had moved to the opposition party? What exactly does this mean for Nigerian politics, especially now that we are seeing that the CUPP, the coalition of the PDP, and about 30 other political groups are saying they want to remove the APC from the center? Let's get talking, everyone. The panel tonight, a former lawmaker, Honorable Klatus Abun, a chieftain of the APC, and the spokesperson of CUPP, Mr. Mark Adebayo. Both of them join me from our Abuja studio. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time on the program today. Let's begin the conversation with you, Honorable Abun, tonight. With what we are saying, you are from that same region where Senator AKPABIO is coming from. He's one of those who are the forefront of the CUPP on the day that they came together to announce the coalition, and now we are hearing a possibility of him moving to the APC. We've seen his meeting with the president. We're seeing the meeting with him and Chief Ahmed Tinubu. What does this mean for the APC?
For your information, and for the good news of Nigerians, this is a counterbalancing of forces. The APC, in a quick response to what has been a groundswell of sabotage from the National Assembly, to from day one impede the smooth running of the wheels of progress of this administration, has replied immediately like a team that is down by some goals, like Nigeria in the Dama miracle. This is one of the Dama miracles, and this is the Nigerian miracle, and it was by Nigeria. So I want to tell you that what AKPABIO is doing as leader of the opposition in the upper chamber of the Nigerian Senate is a direct response to the sabotage of Saraki in the same chambers. So APC is ready to go, and APC is responding well, coming from a region that is the South-South region, which is dominated by the PDP. What that tells you is that between Cross River and Akwa Ibom State, which are the sister states, Cross River being the mother of Akwa Ibom State, which have been from our history a progressive region, from the UPN days to NCNC and all that, we have always been so. So AKPABIO is responding to an ancestral call. He is responding to a historical call. And this is very epochal and meaningful and symbolic for Nigeria. Therefore, it is important that Nigerians take note of this. And AKPABIO's crossing over, I can tell you, is one of the best things to happen to APC. But I'm not going to talk from both sides of my mouth by insisting that it is best today just because it's coming to APC. You must look at the historicity, the historical factors and the symbolism of moving the two leaders of the chambers, the majority leader in the person of Saraki and the minority leader in the person of AKPABIO. And AKPABIO is not just an ordinary person moving, just like Saraki is not. Therefore, there is a balance of forces, and the show of force is going to play out by Wednesday. I can assure you that Nigeria is in for a deja vu.
Mathematically, I know politicians will be counting their losses, and some they are looking at their wins in all of this and the counterbalancing that you're talking about. Let me allow Mr. Adebayo to come in here. For someone like Godswill Akpabio moving to the APC, the possibility, because of some of the stories and the activities that we have seen, for the CUPP and the coalition, isn't this a big dent?
Thank you so much, Sheung. Well, you cannot write off AKPABIO as a nobody. Definitely, for him moving over will be an issue for concern to the CUPP. But having said that, the thing is that CUPP from the onset has sort of envisaged all manner of political realities unfolding in terms of the current socio-political engagement in the country. So it didn't come as a total surprise that AKPABIO is moving to the APC. But it will be interesting. Nigerians will want to know, will want to understand what comes after this. Will the investigations, the EFCC indictments and the rest of that be dropped, or they will continue? So those are the things that will interest Nigerians about this. But the thing is that, as my colleague here has said, the issue of the area of counterbalancing of forces, quite fine, quite okay. I mean, it also allows for freedom of movement among political parties. You know, nobody can now say, okay, you have to lose your seat because you have moved from party A to party B. So, because now, from party A, somebody has moved to party B. From party B, somebody has moved to party A. So it's so fine, it's so good like that. It's good for our democracy because there's freedom of movement of people, cross-fertilization of ideas, of personnel, of people, depending on the situation that we have. One of the things that will happen is this. You know, CUPP has been put in a very high advantage. Why? We cannot defend our positions in terms of the decampments and the cross-carpeting. That okay, fine. Nobody cannot now say, okay, you have moved from one party to another. You have to lose your seat. So that one has been settled. Having said that, 2019 is going to be a very interesting year for all of us because CUPP is a child of necessity. It's a compulsory child of necessity for all of us because we need to take care. We need to redress the malgovernance, the injustice, and the depressing economy from going out of control. That is why CUPP has come on board. Everybody.
Mr. Adebayo, I'd like to pause it for a moment because we need to take this break. But when we come back, we look at the dynamics, the politics, the intrigues of all of what is happening today and what it means for the average Nigerian on the street. What are their interests? You can tweet at us on the program tonight. But we'll be back after this break, everyone.